The exclusion from society that experts say seeds youth radicalization is a factor that has driven some 4,000 people to join ISIL in Syria and Iraq. Youth radicalization came under the spotlight at the UN Security Council meeting Thursday as member states debated ways to tackle the growing problem both now and in the long term. And at the helm of the high-level debate was 20-year-old Crown Prince of Jordan Hussein bin Abdullah, the youngest person to chair the 15-member council.
Young people are the most susceptible to voluntary or involuntary recruitment by militaries, extremist groups and terrorist groups. It is therefore necessary to take urgent measures to put an end to this bloodshed.
But what radicalizes young people or turns the disenchanted into foreign terrorist fighters? Despite their diverse backgrounds, histories and prospects, most radicalized young people appear to share one thing in common. They didn't feel they had a stake in their societies, says Professor Peter Newman, who briefed the council.
And if you do not feel you belong, if you don't feel you're part of your society, it becomes easier to leave. It becomes easier to hate. It becomes easier to go against the very society whose passport you carry, whose language you speak.
Inclusion may be the answer by creating more inclusive societies, funding youth policies, and educating the young, what UN High Commissioner for Human Rights Zeid al-Hussein calls, quote, weapons of mass instruction. But UN Secretary-General Ban Ki-moon wants to take it a step further by putting young people in the driver's seat towards peace building.
I call for giving young people a seat at the negotiating table. They pay a price for the fighting, and they deserve to help structure the healing.
What stood out from this session was the focus and spotlight on youth as the problem, but also as the fix. From the 20-year-old Jordanian Crown Prince chairing the debate to calls for putting young people in the driver's seat to peace, it seems the answer to youth radicalization may ultimately have to come from young people themselves. Liling, CCTV, New York.